Hello everyone and welcome to Art Analysis with the Cheesy Cast. I'm your host Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales, and today as my co-host is Sporktown Heroine, who isn't just my co-host but also was part of this project that we'll be discussing today. You want to say hi, Spork?
I was really worried you were gonna say something else.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Isn't my co-host, but
My
something
my
really
life
bad.
my life partner.
No, no, none of that. I'm happy you didn't. Hello.
Yeah,
I
that's
make
Spork.
art as you will see in this video. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. And
I have
today,
a comic that hasn't updated in a while.
yeah,
Trying.
we'll plug the comic at the end. Right now,
Shoo 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 shoo
I want to
shoo
talk
shoo shoo.
about the little O's. I don't know what the game is, what the real name for it is called, but I always refer to call that,
Telephone.
yeah, telephone, right? I mean, I call it the OC
Mm-hmm.
telephone game just to be specific. But this was a
Mm-hmm.
project I pulled off on Twitter. I got over. It was 8 artists, including me, and
You
we
got over 7 artists.
7 artists, also
Over
me.
7.
So it was 8 artists technically, right? And what the premise was that it's like a game of telephone, right? We pass around an original character that I created, and we see how the character changes, right? Only the only
Mm-hmm.
difference is that you're only allowed to redraw in your own style the character, but only the pre
Allowed.
only allowed. You're only supposed to redraw the previous version of the character, right? So so the order was me, Spork, HellPerp, Grumpy Lumpy, Captain Redgrave, Asha, Eoborb, which he goes by Kevin, and
That looks
Seika.
like. Oh, it says Eorb. I thought it said Iorb.
Is that
There
Iorb?
it is.
I know
It looks like Eorb, so I think that's
if
Eorb.
you go over his account, he goes by Kevin. Or you call him Kevin. But
Okay.
and the thing is like, yeah. So Spork drew the character right after me, and after her, no one else saw what the original character looked like. So
Yep.
we're gonna talk about what kind of changed about the character, what stayed around, what new things were added, you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
yeah, I guess also another thing, a couple things. First is that like I was kind of like the middleman for everybody, so no one really know who they were working with, right?
Mhm.
Until the very end, and everyone like dropped the image. I told everybody to like hold on to the picture and don't upload it until until everyone was done because we're gonna all upload at the same time because I wouldn't want someone to upload theirs and then the other artist sees it and they like pick up something from it, you know, because I kind of want it to be I don't know, pure, right?
Mhm.
Right.
You
Okay.
want to be pure, yeah.
Yeah, pure.
That's what you said.
Yes, I said that. Okay, all right. So we're gonna okay. Let's talk about mine. I got them all lined up right here. Can you see it, Spork?
I got the tweet pulled up, but you can go on there. That's fine.
All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about mine. Okay, here's my character. She's a clown girl skater, right?
So
And
this is a new path for Cheesy.
oh,
Clown girls. No one really expected nobody expected this out of
is
Cheesy.
bold,
It's pretty
bold
bold
new
new
take, a
direction.
bold direction, right? Uncharted
Or bold.
territory for Cheesymanfredo. uh, yeah, she totally doesn't look like a character from Bongo and Luna, you know. Oh, jeez.
No, what is that? What is Bongo and Luna?
Oh, I don't know. It's some garbage.
Yeah, probably.
Garbage comic.
Just from the sound of it, that's what it sounds like. So yeah.
All right. So anyway, so when I designed this character, my kind of mentality was to kind of throw everything at her, you know, because I literally
Mm-hmm.
gave her so much shit, you know, gave her like
You put a lot of details in that were going to be destroyed as we went along.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I was thinking like, cause like if I did like a simple character, I was scared that like the character would stay simple the whole time, you know, right?
yeah, because yeah,
Yeah,
it's good that you did it this way because this shows what people prioritize or what gets changed.
right.
If it was
Exact.
simple, it would just stay the same.
Yeah. Yeah. That I mean. Yeah. That's basically my thought process. You can see she looks very like 80s got stockings. Those shoes she's wearing are based on real shoes that they don't make anymore. You know, and yeah.
Are they supposed to be alive? Like, are they living or are they just?
No, they're just they just have
shoes.
yeah, they're just shoes. They're not supposed to be alive.
Right.
Okay, so I think yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say about mine. So we're gonna go over to Spork's and see what she what her interpretation was for my artwork, right? So here's Spork's version.
My problem.
Okay.
Whenever I try to draw somebody else's character, I have a real problem where it's hard for me to put myself into it more, like take and just like extrapolate on it. So I usually just try and put all the details in there and just try and make it as close as possible. So with this one, I mean, obviously if I'm the second one and I knew what was going on, like I kind of had to put all the details in there. Some of the details I didn't want to draw because there was a lot of them.
I mean, I would have been fine if you missed down on a couple things. I noticed you made the eyes on the shoes. You made their pupils like a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I hated drawing those shoes.
Oh damn! You also made her more anatomically correct. Cause mine, she has like a bulb, like her head is huge, right? She's more of a cartoon character. Yours is more like you made her head smaller.
Well, that's just how I draw, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's basically exactly the same.
Yeah, you gave her nails too.
I gave her nails and I gave her eyebrows.
Yeah, I like that. I like the eyebrows. You also gave her the little sticker that people sometimes have on their little lid of the cap.
Sticker you cannot remove.
Yeah, I like that.
It's illegal to remove.
Yeah, I like that. It fits in the spirit of the character. You know, that seems like something she would do. You know.
I thought so. Yeah.
But
skater people are always trying to keep that sticker on there. So
right, exactly. The very skater thing.
It looks disgusting.
Oh god. Okay, cool. All right, let's go.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You also made her
pretty boring.
You also make her like pretty. You made her like lighter too. She isn't as dark as my picture. Can't you see it?
In the picture, she's just white. Like she's just pale white.
No, I'm not talking about her skin, but just overall like color. Like my color is a little bit more saturated.
Yeah, I usually do pretty desaturated colors, so yeah.
All right, okay.
That's true.
All right, so I think.
Hold on, I want to comment.
What do you want to comment about?
Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. So the next person right after Spork is HellPerp, and HellPerp
That's the homie.
Yeah, that's the homie. Did a couple of things. First of all, he added like a yellow circle to the background. It isn't against the rules, but
no, it's not.
It's not against the rules. But he also changed the hair that because she has like a bit of hair popping out from her cap, right? And he made it more like
straight.
Yeah, more straight, right? But kept the kind of afro hair in the back, you know. And it's gonna be interesting how that plays out later on, right? Also,
do one of his patented HellPerp hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Loves drawing baseball caps that are very funny and stylized.
He went so different with his hat. The hat changed so much with one. Oh, good. It's
I kind of expected that. I mean, I didn't know he was even a part of it, but yeah, if I knew HellPerp were gonna be in there, then I knew. He would do that. I think
that's why it's important you don't know which artist you're working with, you know, because then I don't know, you might try to influence the next artist in some way, right?
Yeah, he made her a lot slimmer too.
He made her. She looks older.
She does look older. Right. Yeah, I mean, well, she looks a lot taller now because she's very long.
Yeah, and if you look at her shoes, she's starting to lose that face on the shoes. Like he took out the smiley face.
It looks like a fish now, which is cool.
Yeah, it does look like a fish, right? I don't know. It's. I mean, I guess it works. I mean, I would.
Oh, I like it. It's cool.
I would have wanted to kept the smile on the shoes, but you know, this is
I would have wanted everything to stay exactly the same.
no, not like I wouldn't. uh, I guess the whole idea, because you said the shoes were like annoying to draw, and maybe HellPerp probably felt the same way, right? So he like simplified the shoes just so that'd be easier, right?
I do like drawing big shoes, as everyone does, but they're very detailed, and it's hard to match it up whenever it's not something that you drew first. So it's like, yeah.
Right, that's
But
true.
yeah, this one's pretty. This one's cool.
He also changed the face on the skateboard. He kept the.
I really like the change.
Yeah.
It looks really cool with that. I made mine pretty much tried to do
exactly. I mean, he basically just flipped the eyes, but also he made like the what's it called?
He gave it a much stronger expression.
What's it called? The eyelids. The eyelids match her eyelids. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. It's really I just noticed that too, by the way. Right.
It's interesting to see now. I didn't think about this before now, but depending on what you choose to show in frame, it'll get deleted if you remove.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna bracelets.
Yeah,
the bracelets got deleted because they're behind her skateboard, so they're not there.
Right, and that's yeah. If we go to the next person, Grumpy Lumpy. Yeah, since the bracelets aren't shown anymore, might as well they just don't exist. You know.
They're just gone. Yeah.
Right.
How would you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I like Grumpy's. It's very what's the word?
It's got the good color coordination going on.
The color coordination is really good. She kept the hat. The hat's still there, but also the hair that sticks out behind her head. It's like a fusion between the afro and the straight hair. Right.
It's basically just like
it's like curly
wavy curls now.
Right. Exactly. Right. We're gonna the hair evolves like a lot. Like by the end, the hair is completely different. Yeah, that is changed the most. The collar's still there. She kept the expression on the skateboard. The smile shoes are gone. Like now they're just red shoes.
They're just regular boots.
Right.
So, like,
yeah.
I'm surprised that the her like shirt design pretty much doesn't change that much until the next one, I guess.
Yeah,
it really hadn't changed that much up until now.
Yeah, we see how like
cool.
It's kind of interpreted by the end. Like the squiggles are interpreted in a specific way. I wonder why she didn't add the eye to the shoe. She probably thought like the eye was like a sticker or something. Cause
maybe she just didn't notice.
Yeah, it could be true.
Or maybe she didn't care.
She finished it like in a day. I mean, I give everyone like a 3-day time limit, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, and I'm pretty sure she finished hers like in a day. So she's trying to pump it out as fast as possible. Yeah.
The way you designed her shirt was very baggy, so I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be a short sleeve. It looks like it's like a long sleeve that's just really baggy, so she just like rolls.
Yeah,
it
Yeah, it was a very like baggy like long sleeve, you know.
And then it just turns into a sort of sweater.
Yeah, like a sweater.
With HellPerps, it just turns into a sweater, kind of.
Yeah. Also, another thing I just remembered, they gave her that one eye covered look, you know. One eye exposed look. Like, cause we didn't do that until HellPerp introduced it, you know.
Yeah.
It's doing this project kind of like made me realize that some artists are very like their style like overtakes characters almost, you know.
And I like that. I like that whenever an artist draws something and makes it their style. I think that's like my problem. Whenever I try to draw other people's OCs, I try to do it too close.
Right.
But I do really like HellPerp just kind of transformed it, and HellPerp's really all about those strong shapes and everything. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have a name for like later on we're gonna see we're gonna see a couple more artists who like kind of like just draw it very close to the original design. Like Grumpy, by the way, she hers is very close to the HellPerp design, right? She doesn't stray too far away, even though like she has her own style, but it's it doesn't stray too far away. Maybe the hair and the shoes are like the only thing that really kind of strays, and also she takes away like the collars on the wrist, right? Those are gone.
Well, yeah, HellPerp got rid of that.
Yeah, exactly. She sticks very close to what HellPerp did, right?
Which, I mean, of course.
Right. She isn't like HellPerp, who like style overtakes things, changes it up. I think I call these kind of artists saboteurs. Is that pronounced right? Like a sabotage. Not as a
I guess.
Not as a negative thing. I'm not saying like sabotage is a negative thing, but it's kind of like, if I were to do this again,
they ruin the art.
No,
they ruin it.
No, like they kind of like they really change it up, you know, because like if I did this again, and if I had a couple of artists who were kind of just drawing the same thing over and over again, I would want to throw it in like a HellPerp to change it up, you know, because I know a HellPerp is gonna like change a couple things and make it to stuff that he really appeals to, you know.
Looking at Grumpy, I wasn't familiar with her before this. But looking at her stuff now, oh wait, no. I do know about her art. Yeah, she does really cool stuff, and I do see that she's sort of kept with it with this one, kind of.
She's very consistent. Like her characters very similar to each other. Not saying like a bad thing. Like her characters they're each different, but they all look like they were drawn by like the same person. Unlike, I mean, if you look at HellPerp's Twitter, he's always kind of changing his style, like how he draws girls.
Yeah.
Like
he loves to experiment with all sorts of.
Yeah, like at the start of 2019, he was like drawing girls very anime, but then he stopped, and now he draws girls more like they look more like Muppets now. Which isn't a bad thing. I love his Muppet girls, but
this doesn't look too much like Grumpy's other characters though, which is interesting. I mean,
does it? Like
you can tell it's like she drew it, but it's cool. I like this. It doesn't look like a character that she would design, so it's kind of different.
That is true. I like her stuff. All right, let's go on to. Oh wait, another thing I want to mention is, you know that, okay, so the yellow circle that HellPerp has behind his version, Grumpy reincorporates that, but she puts it on the ground.
I wonder if she would have done that if he didn't do that.
Yeah, I wonder that too.
Because with her pose, you kind of want the ground plane to be there.
Yeah. They kind of have the same pose now that I look at it. Only one has it like, she's got her one of her hands down. Okay, next person.
Also, big boobs were added in this one. With HellPerp did it.
HellPerp? Yeah, our version's like there's like no boobs really. Well, I give like the slightest hint of boobs.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't have, you kind of toned down the boobs. But then HellPerp was like bam.
Yeah, and it's very form fitting, the sweater, so
it is. Yeah,
next one.
All right, cool. Next one is a Captain Redgrave. All right, we just call him Redgrave, and he made this character into an adult. like Grumpy and HellPerp, like we our versions were like teenagers, right? But HellPerp like really made her like kind of jump up in age, and Grumpy like kind of kept that age, but then Redgrave made her into an adult. And also, he made the like kind of like green squiggles into like a flower pattern.
It's really cool because to see Grumpy's one, it's kind of turning into flowers, like a little SpongeBob sky.
Yeah.
Flower. Pattern thing, and then he just goes and turns it into flowers. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
he also like the polka dots on the stockings, like Grumpy did the kind of like small and big ones, like collage things, like if there were bubbles. But Redgrave brought it back to just like all the circles are like the same size, like how I drew it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's definitely the hair. It's interesting that Grumpy made the hair a lot smaller than I think all the other ones, but Redgrave just takes the same kind of the same hair, changes it so that it's not like
He
there's not like a tuft poking out,
he also
and also makes it
changes
really big.
yeah he also changes the direction of the hat. The lid of the hat slowly turns if you notice. Like when I drew her,
Yeah.
her lid was like on her back, and you changed it into the other direction, and then HellPerp. Like, yeah, it just kept moving. It it just keeps moving until Redgrave like brings it like full circle almost. Oh god. Um, Also he made the shoes a little bit more clowny, like
Yes.
bulbage, almost like Sora shoes, right?
Yeah. Sora's. Yes.
He also added.
Clown.
He also had a little bit more like sex appeal because like here she has like her thighs are very exposed. You know,
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
he was very tasteful not to add like panties.
Please, yes,
Um,
thank you, thank you very much.
imagine if he did and then the panties like stayed the whole time.
The next artist would probably get rid of them.
Oh boy.
Probably. I
Maybe
don't
like
know.
it depends. He also added like a clown sticker on the board.
An insane clown posse, but it's like Cheesymanfredo.
Yeah, like he changed it up. Yeah, yeah.
So cute.
He also changed the color of the wheels because the wheels have been consistently like a yellow color.
It's really weird that the colors. Oh, I don't know. Grumpy sort of like they made the colors very like bluey, like very cool,
Yeah,
and then they went right back to kind of redder with this one. So it's kinda
that is
interesting.
true. I know if you look at, he has like other OCs that have like red hair, kind of like this. So that seems to be his thing. Also that reminds me. If we go back to HellPerp, HellPerp gave her like blue eyes, right? Because we drew her pupils just black, and the blue.
I didn't notice that those were Okay, I was gonna comment on that he made them closed, but I didn't notice that they were like open just slightly.
Yeah, they're open slightly and they're like blue, right? And that stays
Yeah.
until Redgrave. Um,
Yeah.
it's wild, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that, but I didn't notice it, so I wasn't. Yeah,
Uh,
that's cool.
yeah. Also, the HellPerp hat is still there too, like the X's for the eyes. Actually,
hmm
he changes it up. Like Grumpy, she kept like the yellow circle, like the buttons. They look like buttons, right? Like these yellow buttons for
Yeah.
eyes. But Captain Redgrave just put it as X's, which works.
And then the face is removed from the hat,
Well, like the
so
little,
it's not really a face anymore.
it's hard to tell if it's a face, right? It just looks like there's like an X on there, right?
hmm
And the lines on the HellPerp design were like supposed to be like a smile, right?
Like teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and those are still there. I wonder if Redgrave was aware that that's like supposed to be a smile. I mean, because it looks like a
It
smile
looks.
in Grumpy's.
Yeah, it probably just didn't decide to do it.
Yeah. Also,
It wouldn't have worked with the position.
he also changes the side where the exposed eye is on, like it switches.
Yeah. That's interesting that happened.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Next one is done by Asha, and
Asha.
yeah, and this is very much in her style. This is like 100% Asha, right?
I think it's crazy that the even now the freckles things
The
stayed the same. I can't
right,
believe that. Cuz like on like Redgrave, if I were coming after Redgrave, I probably would have not
not
really
added
noticed.
the little diamonds.
I would not have made them diamonds, or probably I would have. I don't know.
You probably make
And I
the
wouldn't have like they're in the same design as they were in the very beginning, which is just crazy.
yeah. It is crazy that they stay the same.
Even
uh,
I think Redgrave kind of changes the orientation of them up a little bit, but Asha just brings it back. It's really cool.
yeah, yeah. I dig that. She made
I also really love how she drew the hair. Asha's really good at drawing hair
very much more like
and
flowy.
everything.
Yeah. Let's see what else. You also moved the skateboard more back. I like that.
Asha,
Yeah, go on.
oh, keep going.
I was just gonna say I like how the eyes on the skateboard are still there. They still have that kind of like
Yeah.
mellowed out eyes.
Mm-hmm. Asha's style is very she's very form driven, I feel,
Hmm.
instead of detail driven. Uh so for her, she sort of I mean, if any of those like difficult details were still maintained, I wonder if she would have done the shoes exactly the same or whatever. Like
Yeah,
cuz her style is very just not detail emphasized, which is really cool. It's
that's
very
true.
strong.
Yeah, it is
It's
more about
really
shapes with her.
hmm
She's not too focused on making her lines. Her lines are more sketchy.
yeah, which is
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's like her kind of her thing. You know, she also desaturated the color a little bit. You know,
Asha's stuff is always really desaturated, so yeah.
yeah, that's true. That is like very her. She's like another. Would you say she's like a HellPerp who like changes it
She's
up a
got a
lot?
very strong style, yeah.
She has a very strong style. The I does she I, would you say she's very different from Redgrave's version? Because
No, I mean all the same things are there.
right, nothing seems to
Just
really be. She even kept like the way Redgrave drew her lips.
yeah,
Right,
that
like
the top one being black and the bottom one being
blue.
blue.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So that like
it's
that's
still there.
that stick. That's all there. She just made her face more round.
And those very accentuated eyelashes,
Hmm.
which the eyelashes changed quite a bit. Everybody, I really like looking at how different artists draw eyelashes because
Yeah, yeah.
everybody, I don't know, it's just something that everybody does a little bit differently, and
like
it's like a personal thing everybody
yeah,
does.
yeah. Like me, you, and Helper kind of kept the little like kind of spike
The
eyelashes.
spikies, I
Yeah,
like, yeah, the
yeah. But I
spiky.
guess I guess like a Grumpy like kind of missed it because they're kind of easy to miss the
I don't
little
know
spike
if I don't know
eyelashes.
if they missed it. They just didn't want to like it's still like a defined eyelash, but it's just like a wing, just a single wing
Mm,
coming off there.
that is true. It evolved into a wing. All
And
right.
yeah, Asha's eyelashes are always very luxurious, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
definitely. But very strong eyelash game. Okay. All right. You want to go next one?
yeah.
Okay. So the next one is drawn by Kevin,
So
and
this one is this one's great.
yeah, he really cranked up the clown on this one. He even added like a honk,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I thought those lines on her shoes were like the smile. Like I thought he was gonna bring back the smile on the shoes, right? But I just realized they're her like shoes are like kind of like ripped apart a little, and those are like her toes
Oh.
sticking
Or
out,
like a
right?
sock sticking through, and then there's like a hole on the other one.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what made me realize they're kind of like busted. Um,
Also, the hair is just a beast.
yeah,
It's
the hair is just
not
like all over the place.
out of control.
I'm pretty sure he's like another guy who did it like in a day, right?
I'm gonna check out his art, their art.
He also kept like the desaturated colors from Asha, which is kind of interesting because if you look at his art, his colors aren't that desaturated. He probably just
They look
assumed.
pretty desaturated. They're pretty light. When I'm just scrolling through their Twitter right now.
Do they? I don't think they look
There's
that.
like a lot of gray, a lot of blue, like a light blue,
Hmm.
light green. Some of their stuff's pretty saturated, but yeah. They have
Oh,
a really this is like a very cartoony
oh
art
yeah,
style, which is very cool.
yeah. So I
Because
like
I feel like all the rest of us are kind of uh
not
we're all kind of like
not very realistic, but we're a little. I guess we're less cartoony than Kevin.
yeah, we're all kind of more anime-y,
Yeah,
you know.
we're all we like. We were all watching Dragon Ball Z, and he was watching Red and Stimpy. Yeah,
Those did not play at the same time, but
yeah. He his hands are more um
just wispy.
yeah, they're more wispy. Asha didn't, yeah, yeah, the nails like I'm pretty
The
sure.
males that I introduced were immediately abandoned.
Yeah, yeah, they're
upon
just
HellPerp
gone.
coming in.
Oh yeah, just straight up. They don't come back.
Until the next one.
Until the next one, right? But I don't want the spoilers for the next one.
Well, I mean, you've probably seen. I don't know.
I, I,
Whatever.
I mean, I like that I like that he realized that the X's, he added the two X back because HellPerp introduced the X's, right? And then Captain Redgrave had one X, right? And then Asha had one X, right? And knowing like the rules of the telephone game, once once something is kind of blocked out, it doesn't exist anymore. But like Kevin brought back both of the X's. Yeah, but in exchange, like the skateboard is gone.
The skateboard is gone, and also the hat is now sideways.
Yeah.
Whereas before the X's were on the front, now they're just on the side.
Right.
Or back. I can't really tell.
I mean, like in Asha's pictures, the skateboard is like covered, like half of it. So he probably couldn't.
It's like de-emphasized for sure.
Yeah, it is like what is that? You know, that could be like a binder or something in Asha's picture, right?
Yeah, you gotta look to see the wheels. The wheels are there in Ash's picture, but they're very de-emphasized.
Yeah, like I know that's a skateboard because in the previous picture it was a skateboard, but like I don't know, Kevin probably was trying to do it as fast as possible and just overlooked the skateboard. You know? Oh, also Redgrave, like he changed up how like the top part of the sweater looks. Like he added a fold. Do you notice that?
Yeah, he added a fold.
And that stays.
From HellPerp, the two of her bra straps showing just stays for the entire time.
Oh, that's true.
And then Redgrave adds that fold as if it was like supposed to be like that and not just loose.
Right, exactly. And yeah. What else say about
details on the
Kevin?
Flowers?
Yeah, he added
details on the flower petals.
Yeah, he did add details on the flower petals. He made her. She looks like an adult, but she made her smaller.
She's kind of chunky.
Yeah, she is kind of
short and wide, stout.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I think
yeah.
I think that's enough. I think we could go on to the last one, which is done by Seika, right?
The homie Seika.
The homie, and Seika like really like made her more realistic.
Yeah, Seika's style is Seika's got a very strong style.
Yeah, and she kind of answered the question of what those straps were. Like, were they bra straps or was it like a shirt? And she made it into a shirt, right?
Yeah.
Also, her hair is straight now. It's like completely straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going from Eorbs, it's like Eorb. It's still curly, but it's like in such a mop, like a mass that you could really interpret it anyway.
Yeah, true. And she just kind of made that like straight.
a lot of very long hair with waves.
Yeah, she also kept the details on the flowers, but she also added this like purple.
She added the squiggles back.
Yeah, she did. She added the squiggles back, and she added the nails back too.
Was that because she maybe saw the original one?
Yeah, because so originally Seika was gonna be a number 3 on the lineup. She was gonna come after Spork, but she couldn't do it. And the picture of Spork's clown was like still in her DMs, right? So maybe she had a glance at it and she added those. She also added the blue eye back because it was gone for Kevin's drawing.
Oh yeah, I think that's just like. I'm sure people would have come up with that if they wanted to add it because she's got the blue freckles, so it just works nicely if she has the same color eyes.
Well, the freckles are like green though, like a.
Hold on, let me look at my.
They're like a light green.
You're right.
I mean, the blue eyes I think go well with the red hair. It helps it stand out. Also, she I assume she translated the honk from Kevin's picture into an actual horn, right?
Yeah, she turned the in Eorbs. It's like the tongue is out, and you can't see the bottom lip. And Seika sort of did the same thing.
Yeah. She brought it. Yeah, she brought it back.
It's kind of a similar feel to Eorbs that Seika has.
Yeah, you just
Her collar goes from being like gold to just being a regular like black punk collar with gold studs.
yeah. I guess she did that to kind of match her tank top.
Hmm. And she brought back the nails. Thank you, sir. Finally,
Uh,
finally.
she she drew the shoes a little different.
She drew them
Like
I've
Cap,
seen they're kind of like clown shoes. Also, they look like bowling shoes.
they do look like bowling shoes. This is probably like her translation of
Yeah.
what Kevin did, right? Because
And also
Kev,
she got that thigh squish now.
she's got a big thigh squish going on right now. Um, yeah, damn, I was gonna say something else. I know in Captain Redgraves he added like the little white part of the shoe. I don't know what it's called, like right above the laces.
The
And
tongue.
is that what's called, the tongue? Yeah,
Hmm.
he made it like he had like a white square to the tongue, and that was there until Kevin, because Seika takes that away and she changes it back into the circle.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
a part of me wish like I got another artist right after this to see like where else it would go, because Seika does introduce a couple of new things. Like now the sweater pattern changes, has like a deliberate tank top.
Yeah.
She also
It's a lot different now.
yeah, he also gave her piercings. Now that I look at it closely, like right above her eye,
Hmm.
her
On
ear.
her ears.
He she made her ears a little bit more pointy. I wonder. Imagine if an artist right after her just made her ears like straight up pointy, like made her into like an elf or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Seika's got a very sharp style, so
Mhm.
yeah. And it's interesting, like the collarbones, which were only there for ours, for the first two, are now back.
Yeah, she does bring
But
them
in this
back.
way only.
Yeah,
I
that
think I
doesn't.
probably would have added those in there even if you didn't draw them,
I
because I
mean,
always add those.
yeah, yours is a little bit more anatomically correct, you know. So because yeah, the collarbones are gone. Yeah, like
Hmm.
no other artist like adds the collarbones until Seika. I think also Seika made her boobs a little bit bigger.
Uh,
Cause
I mean, they're not the biggest.
I
I mean, they could be. They're pretty big, I guess.
they seem pretty big to me, you
Yeah, they're
know.
pretty big. You're right.
Okay, and yeah, and I think that's it. This is a very interesting project. If
Yeah, this should definitely be done with like a lot of people. I've never seen this done before. I
um
guess this is like a thing people do, but I've never seen this done with a bunch of artists before. But
the,
like,
I seen the only ones I seen is where like everyone gets the same picture and they all just draw it as their own, right?
hmm.
Which I mean that's cool, but like I feel this is more interesting because then you kind of see what kind of sticks in people's minds and what kind of people like have just this overwhelming style that they like just bring in new things, you know, like because HellPerp's like X's on the hat, like that stays the whole time, it doesn't go away, you know, like that the
Hmm.
X's like kind of move position but they stay there, you know.
It's really interesting how that happened. It's
Yeah.
it's the face on the shoes were removed in favor of the face on the hat.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, it went up. But you think HellPerp knew that? Like I mean he
Do
must have
what?
that there were like faces on the shoes. Yeah,
Yeah,
he knew. He took away the smiley
I mean
face
it's
on the
pretty
shoes.
obvious. Yeah,
I wonder if
HellPerp is also less detail oriented and very shape driven.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
he
think
kind of removed a lot of the details.
yeah, I think the only part that has like that big of a detail in HellPerp's design was kind of like the hat, and that's about it. And then over time, the
Hmm.
hat just became more and more simple, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I think between HellPerp to Asha, the design was pretty consistent.
Yeah, the hair. I mean, the hair changed a big time whenever Lumpy was in.
Yeah, the hair did change. Yeah, I mean, every like it slowly moved, And I don't think there wasn't a big jump to something different until Kevin showed up, and then another jump when Seika showed up. You know, like these are the ones I would call like the sabotage ones. You know.
If this were like done with like 20 people, I really want to. I really wonder how much it would have changed if given like 20. Because like it stayed pretty similar. Overall, the whole thing stayed pretty similar the entire way through.
Yeah, if I were to do this again, I would
just add tons of details.
Yeah, the first one just go overboard with the details, right? Yeah,
don't do that.
And what I would like to do is like make a very androgynous character, right?
Yes.
And see which artist kind of gives it a gender first, you know?
Yeah, that would be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be very interesting.
I'm gonna assume it would automatically, unless, I mean,
it'd probably just become a girl.
There are artists out there who draw men more than women, but they are very rare compared to the alternative.
Yeah, there's mostly more people drawing women, right?
Yeah,
it's a bigger thing. Oh, also,
if we had gotten one of those who just likes drawing dudes a lot, maybe we could have.
Yeah, I think Kevin. If you look at Kevin's, he changed like the diamonds on her cheek. Like he changed the position, and then Seika changed them again. Like she kind of rotated it
upside down. They're the same, but they're upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did.
How I just ended up the same, nearly the same the whole way through. That's one that I thought for sure would get removed because even with me, I almost forgot to draw them in.
Like imagine if those got removed, and like her nose only stayed around, and then another artist like changed her nose like darker. And then she suddenly became like an animal, like a furry.
Seika drew her nose very small, so it could go that way.
Yeah,
Seika's.
I'm pretty sure if the character didn't have like a clown nose, the diamonds probably would have disappeared or turned into circles. Because that's what I would have guessed. They would have turned into circles, and then they would have done like this whole thing that she has like green freckles or something. All right. Alright, so, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nose is kind of animal-like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I should throw in an artist who only draws furries and see how they draw a person.
That would be cool, yeah. I mean, they might not want to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
But if they did, that'd be pretty cool.
I think I know a couple of furries. I think what I want.
I know a couple. I think I can strike the wood and have a couple of those crawl out.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll do another one with 12 artists. No one from
going with like 30.
I mean, my end goal is to do something like with 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too much.
No, but like I want to
see the end result, but
no, I want to build up to it. Like one after this one would be probably like 12, then the one after that would be 20, right? But like each time do it with different artists just so I could see where everyone's kind of like where the talents lie, like which artists are like the sabotage artists, you know, because like what I'm really scared is that someone figures out all the kind of like the key things, they get simplified so much that they kind of get stuck there, right?
I think that would likely happen unless if you bring in somebody like Seika in the middle, because Seika does a lot of details, then it would change. But if you had a lot of like HellPerps or like Ashas in,
it'll look different each time.
It would probably get refined down to the core element very quickly.
That's why there's got to be like a good balance of those artists who are pretty good at like being consistent with other people's work, and then the artist who just kind of like just changes it up, you know? Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like by saying this out loud, like if any artist who watched this, any artist who was involved in this and they watch the video, there's probably stuff they'll think about, and then the next time we do this project, they're gonna be the opposite of what I assumed they were gonna do, right?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely something I want to change with myself. Like I like drawing my friends' characters, but I always feel like I draw things too close to the original design, and also I try to copy the style a little bit too much, and it's like ooh.
I mean, I do the thing where I draw a lot of mutuals like OCs. But I mean, what I mostly do is just find like the best way their design can function for me, you know? Because sometimes people's like designs are kind of not organized, but like they just don't seem organized to me, I guess. Right? Like I
What do you
kind of
mean?
like like they'll give me like a character that I guess isn't that refined, and I kind of refine it a little, I guess, to function for me.
You
Like
have a very yeah, you have a very
like
you have a really cartoony style, but you also have a lot of sometimes you have a lot of details like with Bongo's design
yeah.
is very very
I mean,
detailed.
to be honest, the skater girl character that I drew, she looks like she could be in Bongo Luna, but I don't know if I'd actually put her in Bongo Luna because she has too much going on.
Yeah, she's definitely too
I think a big thing I keep in mind, especially when I do like comic characters, is like, okay, so if I'm gonna draw this character a lot, I'm gonna kind of have to like make them a little bit more functional and kind of easier to draw constantly, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you made Bongo with like all those polka dots and her big like collar thing, so it's like
Yeah, but the polka dots are like inconsistent if you actually look.
yeah, I know, but
and
it's still a lot.
and it's only like 2 colors, right? Like
Yeah,
this character has like 50 colors on her.
this character has wait, let me look at it.
Also, that blush,
1, 2, 3, 4.
that blush, that like you add the blush I give to her, right? The little kind of like rosy cheeks, and then
I
after that,
remember
like
that.
it like disappears because HellPerp doesn't have it, but then Seika like brings it back, right?
Yeah, Seika always has that in her drawings. Like the different tones. She also did like eyeshadow as well.
Yeah, she actually adds makeup to her characters, right? Like I don't do that. I add like clown makeup.
Yeah, with this I figured like, okay, so she's like a clown, so she's not actually stark white. I mean, I don't know. I was like, when you first showed this to me, I'm like, she's white. She's just white.
Oh yeah, all my clowns are just like white because like I draw clowns not as people dressing up, but just straight up like their own species.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh
mean,
boy. Okay, so you got any final thoughts about this project? Anything you would do differently, I guess, or
I think we didn't mention that Asha turned the studs into spikes on her collar, so that's pretty cool. And that continued till the end.
I mean Redgraves were spikes.
Oh yeah, they're just really small.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
kind of
very
far away from my screen.
yeah. Then that kind of sticked around. Like Kevin really made them spiky, and then like Seika kept it but changed the color scheme. You know.
She was since she drew it from the top down angle and you could see more of her undershirt, and it just makes sense to have it because it's like the only black really in the whole design,
Yeah.
other than her eyes, I guess. But that was changed, so
That is true. Imagine if another artist like took the purple that Seika added and just made her whole sweater purple. That'd
that
been
probably
one.
would happen.
Yeah.
It's very dominant on here, and the
Yeah.
flowers would have continued, I guess.
I feel like the flowers would have been phased out cause mine were very like simple squiggly lines and people just change them up however they want. But then I think once Kevin added the details, like it'd be another thing where that would slowly phase out, and now it just becomes these kind of wavy spots.
What maybe? I mean, you'd bring out who likes drawing flowers and plants and things, and who doesn't.
That's
Uh,
that is true.
yeah.
Mm. Okay.
'Cause if I had
Yeah.
known, I mean, if they were flowers originally, then I would have definitely done like I would have made
Flowers.
them detailed for sure.
I probably would have made them more simple, like how Redgrave did them, or I probably just change them to spots. Who knows? Okay. Yep. Is there anything else you want to say? Because I think I said all I want about this.
No, I think that's it. That's
All
all I
right.
got to say.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching our little art analysis, our little first go at the art analysis for this telephone game.
First go.
Yeah, our first go. So if we sound kind of dumb, this is just our first time. Okay, so yeah, so that was our little go at the art analysis. I hope you like it.
If you're an artist and you're watching this and you want to be a part of one, then just
if you want to be a part of one,
make
then
a
just
comment or something. I guess I don't know. Or contact
No,
Cheesy somehow.
no, no, don't contact me, please. What you do is just draw art, and if I see it, I'll follow you. And if you know it's me following, just follow me back, and by default you become
yeah.
mutual. Because everyone here is a mutual with me. I only do this with mutuals. I don't trust anyone else.
Don't trust. You could draw the character.
Oh, yeah.
Your own interpretation of this girl.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to
And
draw
then-
this girl, my version, or any of the other versions that all these other wonderful artists drew, you go ahead and do that. The link to the tweet where I put them all together is going to be in the description. So if you want to check that out, that'll be there.
Yeah, people are already drawing their own versions because you.
Yeah, it's very
Right.
yeah. I posted the one that draw the character in your style.
So yeah, if you want to be in on this, you can just draw this.
Yeah. Also, don't forget to make sure to check out all these other artists. They all have Twitters, and if you got one, give them a follow, whichever one you like. And
Whichever one you like. You can only choose one out of the
yeah,
whole
only
lot.
only one artist to follow. And also remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Comment, tell us what you think about this project, and if you want to see more stuff, subscribe. I already said that, and I think I think we're done.